Hello everybody, it's Van Berman here and welcome back to Football Manager 2017 with my Arsenal career mode. Now the first game today is against Southampton at St Mary's. The first bit of news unfortunately I have to bring to you is that Hector Bellerin has gone injured with a hip injury. I believe it was on international duty. I might be right in saying that. So that's a bit of a disappointment. However, we do have Felix Passlack, obviously. I feel like he's a fairly good replacement. I think I don't know. I don't feel too bad about putting him in there. So one of the things that I've been looking to try and do is play Giroud, if possible, throughout these next few games as much as possible, and Ismail as well, just because they've both given me issues by wanting to have more game time. So I said I would try and give them more game time over the next month or so. I thought I was able really to deliver that because looking at the next few games, I've got two of the guys that are in more relegation positions. So yeah, I thought that was okay. Anyway, played the match against Southampton. It's been a couple of days since I actually played this, but we didn't play very well. But in the end, I'm disappointed that we didn't come away with the win. We couldn't hold on to the ball for any real length of time. As you can see, look, it's a really sloppy goal. Went right through the whole of the defence, and Jay Rodriguez was able to put one in. But then, we came back. We took the lead. Okay, went one behind. Then we brought it back. But Southampton really had this strange, I don't know, je ne sais quoi, as the French would say, of being able to peg us back almost straight away. They pegged us back straight away after the first goal, and it didn't take them long in order to find a way back after the second. Czech played quite well actually, made a good save there, and I think, if I remember correctly, this is the goal. Yeah, and once again, poor near post. You could be critical on Czech and say, should he save that? Maybe, but the defence didn't do their job. As you can tell by the stats, it was a very even game. Obviously, you would expect Arsenal to be able to control that one, but we didn't play all that well. Koscielny did get man of the match. He did obviously score a defensive goal, but I don't think he played very well at the back. I think it's really the goal that's given him a much better match rating than he would have had otherwise. I think perhaps if he hadn't got the goal, it may have been just a flat 7 or maybe even under 7, to be fair. So, who knows? And now we come to arguably the biggest game of the episode, and that is away at Bayern Leverkusen. Last time I checked, Bayern Leverkusen were top of the German league, so they're coming in on some decent form. And this game was always going to be tricky because going away and playing the Leverkusen, and of course, obviously, in the next episode we've got the home match live. So this really does, set the tone for what that next game is going to be like. There's a couple of guys there who, Kieran Gibbs and Mustafi, who are 1 yellow card away from getting a match ban, which is a pain if they were to. And I'll just say now, Mustafi did, so he is out of the next game, unfortunately, and that does make things a little bit more tricky for the next tie. Defensively, we're all over the shop. Koscielny did not play well in this game at all, nor did Passlack, and it's been a shame because both of them have been really good this season, but in this game they were diabolical, quite frankly. Cardiff scored a good goal. It was really weak goalkeeping. You expect Leno to get a stronger hand to that and save it, but it was really Ramsey's show all day. He scored a really good goal there to put us 2-1 up, and then 3-1 up. Sorry. Where's his other goal? Has I've already gone past it? Did it even show it? I don't know. Ramsey got 2 goals. I might have missed it. Maybe I was too busy talking. But yeah, Leverkusen were never out of the game, and it was just weak defending the whole game long. Just giving Chicharito far too much time, even though there are instructions on him to close him down and to press him. And unfortunately, that is a little bit of a mare by Czech. It was a mistake on his part, and unfortunately left us with a deficit to chase in the next game. The only positive, if you want to call it that, is that we managed to get 3 away goals. So depending on how the next game goes, that will potentially be a plus point. Ramsey played really well though, so fair play to him for that one. Disappointing to lose the game overall, because I would have much preferred to go into that game with an advantage, with an actual much better chance of going through to the next round. As things stands though, we have a lot to do at the Emirates. The next game is away at Bournemouth. As you well know, Jack Wilshere is not able to play because he is ineligible due to the fact he is on loan. The biggest bit of news about this one is that Laurent Koscielny got injured. Now, this causes considerable issue for the match against Leverkusen, and that is because Mustafi is now banned from that game because he picked up a yellow card in the other Leverkusen match. And with Koscielny being out injured, the only other centre-back I have who is registered, because Cáceres is not registered, only Paulista is, means I only have technically one natural centre-back who can play in that game. So that's going to be interesting. I've still not decided what I'm going to do, because obviously I've not recorded the Leverkusen episode yet. So basically, probably Coquelin will have to play at centre-back, which is not going to be the best, I will hazard at that one. But yeah, I don't really know what to say. We're going to be lucky to get through against Leverkusen, I think, purely because of the constraints we're under. So for the Bournemouth game, I thought, they're 17th in the league. We should be able to beat them. So I put out a much weaker team, obviously playing Ismail and Giroud, because those guys have been moaned about not getting enough first team football. I played them in the next game as well. But to be honest, Bournemouth were really good in this game. And on another day, I would have probably at least got a draw out of it. That was a really good save by Donnarumma. I think that's how, I don't know if that's how you pronounce his name, but that's how it's spelled. And there was some lovely, it doesn't show you there on the highlight, but the play before that goal and the passing in and around the edge of the box was really good, and it was a lovely, neat finish by Walcott in the end. But yeah, Donnarumma makes some really good saves. One there, second one again there. I'll be honest, he played really well, and I think that, spoiler alert, if we'd have got a clean sheet, he might have been contender for man of the match. But Walcott sticks a second goal in. 2 goals in the game for him. Really, obviously, successful game. Giroud was poor. Again, he was poor against Southampton as well. He was poor in this game. Missed an easy chance there. He did also hit the post as well. And then we just got countered towards the end of the game. And they pulled one back, but they didn't make any other chances after that. And we hung on quite easily, to be fair, and got the win. As you can see by the stats, it was a bit tight. It was a bit tighter than I would have liked, but did enough to win. And that's the main thing, I suppose, at the end of the day. But it was definitely more of a risk playing the fringe players than I thought it would be. But Walcott getting himself the Player of the Match award was quite satisfying. Getting a couple of goals. I think he needs that. He's been in and out of the team quite a bit, so good for him. Good for him in his confidence. And the final game of the episode is against Middlesbrough at home. Yes, I think I picked pretty much the same team that I did against Middlesbrough. So Giroud started up front. Ismail played, I think, if I'm right in saying, I played Ronaldinho, decided to give Ramsey a rest. Yeah, I think that's about it. Probably. I can't think of any other major changes that I made. I moved Iwobi into the 23s because he's on loan, but that's just standard. Yeah, give Korik a break, although I'm not sure who's going to play the attacking midfielder position for the game against Leverkusen. But I should say, I can't remember, I think it was in the last game, Korik actually got he got an assist for both of Theo's goals. So, interesting thoughts going into the Leverkusen game, if he's on form. So I decided that, obviously I know Cáceres can't play, but I'd like to give Paulista a game out so he can hopefully get his match sharpness up for the Leverkusen game. And if I'm going to be totally honest with you, both my centre-backs were very poor in this game. However, as you're about to see now, in the first 6 minutes of the game, it was over by the 6th minute, this match, effectively. So, First goal was a really nice finish by Ismail. He had a good crack at the goal on for the second attempt, and Victor Valdez put it in his own net. And then, Ismail had another shot, which Paulista just didn't even divert the ball. He just kicked it as it was going through, and it was 3-0. And there wasn't really too much to say after that. There was a couple of chances for both teams. Like I say, look, the defending's poor. Caceres there again, absolutely nowhere near it. And Negredo did quite well. He wasn't really a threat shooting from that far out, to be honest. But on another day, with a better player, you never know. And, yeah, Gabriel there was lucky to keep the ball, actually, to be honest. He's not impressed me at all. I don't hold out a huge amount of hope for defending against Leverkusen. If we couldn't do it with Mustafi and Koscielny, then, and we can't defend against Jordan Rhodes for Middlesbrough, I have my concerns for it. If you are thinking that I will do far and get well in the Champions League, I thought I would do, personally, but now I'm not so sure. Ismail got man of the match. That's good for him. He's really taken his chance, I feel, since he's obviously said, I want more first-team football, or I should go back to Werder Bremen. He has made 19 first-team appearances, though, so I don't know. I sort of feel feeling a little bit entitled at the minute. But we're 8 points clear at the top of the league with Leverkusen next. If we lose to Leverkusen, it's basically all about the league, and we'll probably get the league tied up in the next month, I should have thought. Well, not too far off anyway. Thanks for watching, guys. Bye.